So how did you spend most of the isolation period? For me, I think I spent most of it in the kitchen, baking, experimenting, but also with the whole family being at home, they were constantly wanting to eat. I'm Lena, and today I'm going to show you how to put together a really simple mezze platter that both the kids and the adults will absolutely love. Now, mezze is basically an array of small dishes or appetizers that are served to share. It's the best way to eat, I reckon, and that way everybody can get a little bit of everything. Now, two of my most favorite things that you'll often find on a mezze board or platter, one is kafta and the other one is hummus, and that's what I'm going to show you how to make. Now, all you need to make the kafta is half a kilo of minced meat. You need a whole onion, you need parsley leaves, some black pepper, salt, baharat, which is a Lebanese 7-spice mix, and you also need half a red capsicum. Now, I'll be using my Kenwood Multipro food processor to get the first part of this recipe ready, and that is placing half the red capsicum goes straight into the food processor with one whole onion, the parsley leaves, and now I just process all of these ingredients. Now, before I add this mix to the meat, I'm going to drain off some of that excess liquid. This mix now goes straight into my meat. And then I find it so much easier just to use my hands to bring it all together. Now, once it's evenly combined, I cover it and I let it sit in the fridge for at least an hour or until I'm ready to skewer it. Now, when people ask me about this Multipro food processor, there are two things that I always mention that are my absolute favorite features. Number one are the inbuilt scales, so you can actually measure ingredients straight into the bowl. The other would have to be this juicing attachment. Now, this gets a really good workout at this time of the year because my lemon tree is just full of fruit, and it just makes juicing that much easier and that much quicker. Now, for this hummus recipe, I'm going to need some freshly squeezed lemon juice. Now, making hummus at home has become second nature to me, and trust me, once you do a homemade hummus and see just how simple it is, you'll never buy store-bought ever again. So for my hummus recipe, I've soaked 1 cup of dry chickpeas overnight with a teaspoon of bicarb. The following day, I've rinsed off that water and washed the chickpeas. I've then put them in a large pot with plenty of water and another teaspoon of bicarb. I then cook them until they get to an almost mushy consistency, and that's exactly where you want your chickpeas to be. Add the cooked chickpeas into your food processor. Put the lid on, and I'm going to process that until smooth. Now scrape down the sides, and you're ready to add some of that lemon juice. If you want a really super smooth hummus, strain your lemon juice first. I add 1/3 cup at a time, and then I may add a little bit more depending on taste and consistency. You don't want your hummus to be too runny. Now our hummus is ready and our kafta mix has sat in the fridge for about an hour. We're now going to skewer the kafta. Now you don't have to put the kafta on skewers. You can certainly make little meatballs, or you can make patty shapes. If you want to cook this kafta, you can do it on a grill, or you can do it on the barbecue, is perfect as well, but you want to do it just before serving so that you serve it beautiful and warm. So there you have it, my mezze board. I've added little bits and pieces that I already had in the pantry and the fridge, some of our favorite cheeses, some labneh, some beautiful crispy Lebanese bread, as well as some fresh Lebanese bread, and of course the yummy hummus and the kafta that we just made. This is perfect for the family, and it's also perfect for later on when you can have a few more guests over. Beef it up a bit. You can't get any better for entertaining. Thank you so much for joining me throughout this series. I've really enjoyed sharing with you some of my favorite recipes. I hope it's inspired you all to get into the kitchen and get cooking this weekend.